Listening to your team. This is where culture really starts, is from how you're going to take the most important people in your company and figure out what they want and how they tick and how they want to operate and things that they enjoy. You've got to be a great boss that listens. You can't just be a marching order boss that's telling people what to do. People will leave, people will be burned out. And if you just take time and take some of these ideas and just listen to your team, your attention will skyrocket. You're going to attract awesome talent and people will just love where they work. And that's going to define your culture. So why listening to your team is critical. Like I said, your team is your greatest asset. Every person in your company brings unique skills and perspectives, and you need to listen to what those are. Like I think I said in the last course, one of my favorite things to do is to sit down with my employees and help them find what they enjoy the most. And that's part of listening, and that's part of culture. So when you're like, hey, I know you're an editor, but what else do you want to do? Where do you really thrive? And they might be like, I actually love running camera. I want to DP more. So then let's find an avenue to get you to that point. And by doing this, it builds trust. It fosters engagement. You increase retention. You create alignment. And all of those things are just going to strengthen your business and ultimately help you grow and build. And it's all going to reflect back onto your clients as well. So here's some methods for listening to your team. There's a lot of things that you can do. There's probably a lot of things that you have had happen in your past businesses. So bring those into yours. These are things that I've had in my past companies that I've worked for and things that we do currently at Tyson Media. So anonymous surveys. Sometimes employees might not want to just speak their mind to you, but they want and kind of have a face behind it. They want to be able to tell you how they feel anonymously. And so have those where they can submit feedback without you even knowing who they are. Feedback forms are a great tool to gather input on specific areas. So you might have, things, just send out a Slack message with a form that just has people fill out certain questions, especially if there's things you need answers to as you're growing. And then have an open door policy. My door is always open. I want people to come in at any time and never feel like I don't have time for them. And I've always really tried to make that an important thing, that it's known that when people have something, they should feel comfortable to bring it to me. And I always try to make them feel comfortable when they're actually bringing it to me so that it strengthens that relationship and makes them want to come back. And then I think the most important thing that you cannot overlook is make sure you schedule regular one-on-one check-ins. This is a great place for you to just sit back and give the time to your employee. There's no time for you to, say how you feel. Open the door up. I like to say, hey, this is your time. Let's talk about anything and everything, things that you're struggling with, things that you're enjoying, things that you want to change. Maybe there's some issues in the office you want to talk about. I want this to be your time just to vent to me. And I just listen. And as they're talking, things will come up and we'll have conversation, and then but it's their time, it's their moment. I can't stress this enough, but if you spend time with your employees and make them feel heard and help them live or work in an environment that they love, this will go so far in everything else we're going to talk about in the rest of this course.